This week I got funded with a 100k FTMO real account. I'm excited to show you how I've done that. I'll also be providing a portfolio of my most recently developed strategies. So stick around to the end of the video if you want access to that. I'll move to the computer and show you how it's done. So I've got the FTMO and we can see that we've got three categories here. So maybe just bring mention to the fact that we've got the challenge phases, the verification and the FTMO. So I've taken 4 challenges in the last probably a year, and 2 of these have passed. You can see here the 200k ones have passed, and this 100k, they've gone into this verification phase, right? And so I've still got one that is ongoing. So this one here's balance, needs to get to 5,000 profit, and it's currently at 2,800. And this one here is the one that we're discussing today, which is the challenge that's just passed its verification phase, which then has now gone into, that's the account that's gone here, and has now literally just started this morning, and it seems to have made one small, very, very small losing trade. I've also got this 200k challenge, which is 3/4 of the way towards its target. So hopefully that one can just quickly have a look at that. Yeah, so that one's doing quite well. It's been so close a couple of times, and yeah, hopefully that nudges up to the target soon and it can go to the next phase also. And so incidentally, I share my trading strategies regularly on the YouTube channel. So if you're interested in getting more strategies from myself, then please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any content. It's worth mentioning they actually give you a pretty good analysis breakdown, so you can see that the ones that are still trading have this mentor. To be honest, I've never clicked on it, I just wait till the end, and that once you've passed, they give you analysis. So if we click here, we get a bit of a nice breakdown of the account. So we can see that it's kind of just saying, okay, you've traded 49 days, you've traded this number of positions per day, you've got this positive reward to risk ratio of 1.05, got the typical stats, so we've got an ROD of 1.5, as it said, average profit slightly higher than average loss, 56% win rate, talking about longs and shorts, so predominantly it was actually short positions that were carrying the portfolio. It gives a different balance line for each, breaks down by days, which could be for some strategies, maybe it might be that you don't want to trade certain days, not typically the ones I do. This one could be a bit more useful as it's kind of showing the hours, so it's kind of giving a pretty good indication that between these hours tend to be pretty profitable, and then there's a lot of red before 11 and 19, so that very much could be a bit of a tweak for this particular portfolio, and go, well, do you know what, I'm only going to trade between 11 and 7 for those 8 hours, and yeah, I think that's actually a pretty good idea. So yeah, and the final kind of stats. So that gets sent out to you. Then I've got you're about to become an FTMO trader. So I got an original email stating that my account's about to be looked at. I've said I've successfully passed the evaluation process, so they verify my accounts. They're always going to review them, and you know, they'll give me my accounts once I've just provided all the KYC, the identity documentation essentially. And so that's quite a straightforward process. It's basically just on the portal, something comes up, it tells you, it's like there's a little action button, FTMO traders, and it just asks you for your identity documents, passport picture, recent bank statement, and then it just gives you a very short questionnaire of maybe 6 questions that are going to be very easy for any traders to answer about their style of trading. And then very shortly after, the next day I got my account. So we can see that account, as I showed before, it's now trading. So next with this, what I'd like to actually do is, now that I've got this live account, I want to aim for the premium club. And so there's a progression here of levels trading with FTMO, and obviously the first one is the prime one. And so there's certain benefits for the prime, and what you need is you need an active account, which I now have. You need no failed accounts in the last 4 months. Yes, I've got that. And you need to then make 4 rewards of 4% profit per reward. So that's probably about a year to achieve this. But then you're going to get another free account of the same size. You unlock the 400k account. Currently it's 200k is the most. Your reward percentage goes up. You're allowed to trade more capital. Originally it's just at the start you're only allowed to trade 400k, and there's a few other benefits there. And then progressing progressing through to, ideally this would be great, a 2-year contract with a fixed salary. So a few years work, but that would be the progression I'm aiming for. And so I'll make sure certainly when I withdraw my first reward, and I'll get the fee reimbursed too for that I share that video. So that's probably enough for now about the actual FTMO kind of process. But what strategies did I trade? I'll share my latest strategies in a moment, but I'll just show the software I use. So I use this excellent strategy generation software called Expert Advisor Studio. And what this essentially lets you do is it lets you give some inputs, what kind of parameters you want your strategies to have. So in this case, for example, I'm trading the certain lot size, and I was trading both positions, trading both long and short. It's always going to have a stop loss between these two values and a take profit between these two values. And there's plenty of other things like how many entry and exit indicators. You can control what actual indicators you use. You give it the date range and the kind of types of strategies you want. So these are default values, but you can say, okay, I want a minimum profit factor of 1.2, for example, or 1.1, and it's going to, then you hit generate, and it takes those parameters, and you can see how fast it's calculating strategies. So it's actually generating loads and loads of random strategies within all the parameters you've got, and so you can see that it's calculating them like lightning. So it's only been going for 15 seconds, and it's calculated nearly 1.5k of different strategies, and already that many have passed and gone into the collection. Now the collection's capped at 100 just now, but we'll maybe just stop this and let's have a look. So then we get lots and lots of different strategies. We can further filter them here, as you can see I've done. And so perhaps just maybe looking at this one here, this one's got 108 trades. It looks pretty good in and out of sample, good statistics, and so might want to trade that one. And then I have my own personal kind of workflows and robustness processes, and what we're able to do now is we can check them on that strategy on different time frames. So we can see that actually still performs well on H4 as well as H1, although obviously makes less trades. We can use different data. So again, that's a good check. We'd like them to pass on several different kind of data sources. So you can perform different robustness tests like Monte Carlo. So if I hit go here, it's saying that they've all been profitable. Change the indicator parameters a little bit, and they're all still profitable. Some not as well as others, but it's showing some robustness. And it's just another kind of way of coming in here and moving these around a little bit and showing that it's actually still okay. And you can check them on different markets and stuff like that. So there's lots of different robustness tests that can be done. I have my own proprietary kind of methodology I've developed over the years, but this is essentially all done within this fantastic software. And for anyone wanting to try this out, you can get a 15-day free trial from here, and you can buy it also. I personally recommend the packages. So it's $1,500 for the actual EA Studio, but then if you opt for some of the packs, this one as the starter pack, you also get the fantastic kind of Forex Strategy Builder software, which kind of links well with EA Studio, so you can take EA Studio and kind of refine them with that. So that's very worth having, and there's some robots and courses too that are available for that. So I think it's fantastic software, and I would encourage people to try that out. And there's also recently the VIP Club is a recent kind of addition to the Academy in terms of developing your own workflows and stuff like that. It does take time and practice, but you can certainly speed that up by seeking out kind of good teachers, and so there's an option for that. So there's a lot of value in the VIP Club, like it says here. This especially I really like. So there's lots and lots of live accounts that have been running with expert advisors, both third party and otherwise, that has kind of long history of kind of detail, so that can certainly allow people to see what's traded while live with real history and kind of go, okay, well that's a good robot that I'd like to trade. There's also additional videos and discussion groups, so that's worthwhile to speed up the learning journey. Also, with my most recent portfolio of 5 strategies, I'm going to share the top one for everyone in the link in the description. But all 5 are going to be made available for members of the VIP Club. So if you're interested in trading the portfolio of all 5 of my most recently developed strategies, then that's a good way to do it. And also please check out the video on my side where I share a simple scalping strategy with an expert advisor also. Trade safe. Bye.